Well, there's a bright future for TTU football. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Watson Brown Show, presented by IWC Cash and Carry. Alongside Tennessee Tech head coach Watson Brown, I'm a very medicated Buddy Pearson, your host. Coach, I tell you what, the season is finally over with, but you know you've had a lot of guys who've come in and played, a lot of young guys, and so it has to look bright for next year. It's not how you planned it, but coming into next year, I mean, you've got a lot of guys that got a lot of experience.
Yeah, buddy, it's what a hard year. It's been really hard for all of us. I'm really proud of these kids. The effort's been fantastic. We had the one bad half Saturday at Austin Peay and that we didn't really show in, and no disrespect to Rick and his team, but we were a no-show and we weren't focused and ready. Had a chance to win the game in the second half when we regrouped a little bit, but didn't do it. Just been a hard year. Kids have done well. I don't think that I've done a great job of getting them over that hump, but it's over. It's over. It's been unprecedented what's happened to us. Not fun at all. 35 kids missed games. 17 guys missed Saturday's game at Austin Peay. We can't. It was time to stop. We can't keep doing this, and we need now to regroup. The great thing you just said is true. From what's happened, all these young people that have had to play, we're playing our fourth, fifth, and sixth corners Saturday in that game. And the experience coming back, maybe 7 starters on next year's team going to be gone. I mean, so the next few years here really does look bright. The way I look at it, and it's no sugarcoat, this is truly the way I feel. I think the program's in great shape. We had a bad year.
Yeah.
We stuck a bad year in there with it, and kind of took us from doing this to all of a sudden nosediving a little, but it's one season. I really believe that this program is still headed this way, and we got a chance to have some really good football teams in the next few years.
And I think it's admirable. I mean, you take a lot of the credit, but I mean, honestly, who would ever predicted 35 injuries coming into this season and pretty much decimating your offense, a lot of the defensive starters, and you know, you can only do so much with what you have, particularly in the Ohio Valley Conference with scholarship limitations and that kind of thing. But like I said, admirable to take, you know, a lot of the credit. A lot of coaches would, you know, blame a lot of different things. I mean, but the thing is Tennessee Tech football, it was exciting football this year. Even the last game, you get down 31 points, you still come back and make a ball game out of it. I mean, there's only a couple of games out of 11 that were really not competitive. Yeah. Other than that, every game was exciting.
No, and that's a credit to the kids. There was no quit. If you want to quit a game, Saturday would have been it.
That would have been it, yes.
It's over. The season's done. We got half of them not there. We're down 31-0. We regrouped at the half, and we fought our hearts out. I mean, we win the second half 31-7, and if we don't have 2 penalties on that last drive, we might tie the game and win it in overtime. I mean, well, again, we hurt ourselves. But at the same time, buddy, the way I look at it, those kids got it. We got ourselves to the point we gave ourselves a chance to win games. But we had 7 of those kind of games and won 1.
Yeah.
And we went 1-6 really, and that's where I got to do more to get them that last little bit that I just could not do. I could not get us over that hump against EIU, against Eastern Kentucky, against Jacksonville State. We just couldn't get over that hump, and we've got to do a better job. But boy, do I have something to work with.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of good young players to work with, and we will be a team to reckon with in these next couple of years.
Well, the Golden Eagles wrapped up the 2012 campaign against in-state rival Austin Peay. Let's go to Clarksville and check out the first half highlights presented by TTUsports.com. And, Coach, things really didn't turn out very well from the get-go. The Golden Eagles come out. You're really not playing for a whole lot. You've got some seniors out there who are playing in their last game ever in a Golden Eagle uniform, but from the opening kickoff where Adam Ballou fumbles the ball and it's recovered by Adam Nobel of Austin Peay, it just doesn't get any better from there.
No, we were not focused. I was worried about it all week. I thought this was a trap game. Austin Peay was playing pretty good. They're throwing the ball really well. It's not our bag to stop the pass this year, and I knew how excited they would be. I knew how excited my kids were playing their last home game as seniors last week.
Right.
And, so we caught an excited team that we let jump on us quick. And honestly, at that point, with so many young guys, I felt like that we choked a little bit. We kind of they got us down 14-0 before you could say hello, and then at that point, I think we just kind of choked, and it took us to get to halftime, regroup, talk about it a little bit. I did most of the talking, to say the least, and to get us back on track. And then I think we showed what kind of team that we have to come back, and Austin Peay didn't give us anything in the second half. We took it to them in the whole second half.
Yeah, Tech's down 7-0. Zach Sharp misses that 26-yard field goal. Here comes Ian Pemberton on a 16-yard run, make it 14-0. And Coach, this is just a basic running play.
There's a running play that broke backside, and our defensive end overplayed the play. It was a defensive end's play all the way, and again, a focused mental mistake to let the guy break it all the way back across the grain. And now they had 3 great catches.
That's a nice pass right there.
Well throw, well caught ball. Bill Dillard is not in bad shape at all there, and it's just a nice play. That's a senior to a senior. That's a really good football player.
Yeah, Jake Ryan on a 14-yard score to Devin Stark.
That is a well-covered play that he reaches up and catches the ball. They made a lot of nice plays in that first half.
They did.
And we did nothing. We did not make one play. No, not one player made a play in the first half. So we go in 31-0, and it's not even been close at that point. And we had to regroup at the half, and we were able to get that done and come back and not be respectable, but yet to give ourselves a chance to win the game in the second half.
And I mean, what's the mindset at halftime? I mean, you're at Austin Peay, it's the worst team in the league, and you're down 31-0. I mean, what are you telling the guys?
I'm telling the guys this ain't us. I'm telling the guys that we're going to play this hard all year, and we're just going to wave the white flag now.
Yeah.
At this point, this is crazy, and I think the pride in the kids of hearing the challenge of that, they went back out in the second half, and they did what we could have done in the first half. Our problems all year have been defense.
Yeah.
Our problems all year have been the discipline of our offensive line.
Yes.
We had 13 penalties Saturday. That's more than we've had in any game.
Yeah.
But 9 in the offensive line. And so we had to get that corrected in the second half. We did a little bit. And when we have not been a good offensive team, we get in trouble. Our defense isn't good enough to stop people. The score goes up on us fast. What happened in the second half? We became a good offensive team again, and they didn't get the ball near as much in the second half, and we just about caught up.
Well, the Golden Eagles made a valiant comeback in the second half as we check out the second half highlights brought to you by Miller Lite. So the Golden Eagles do come out of the locker room a little more fired up, and they go down, and with the ball on the 1-yard line, you go to your short yardage man, Doug Page, who's been there time and again for the Golden Eagles, and he scores from 1 yard out.
Nice drive, an 80-yard drive right down the field, and did none of that in the first half, and get a quick score, still down a lot of points at this point. This was the second drive of the second half. Matter of fact, we didn't punt in the second half. We scored every time we got the ball and fumbled twice.
Yeah.
And 2 big fumbles. Again, look at the catch. A nice throw, nice catch. Kid leaps up and makes a great play. And then I don't know what's going on there.
He hugs the official. How is that not a celebration penalty? He hugged the official.
I have no idea what that is. None.
And then Stone comes back to Derrick Rogers.
We drive right back down the field, get it back to 38-14 again. And now from here on, we pretty much score every time we have the ball, except when Bud Golden fumbles going in on a score that really hurt us.
And I thought this young man right here, Ladarius Van Leer, I thought he almost single-handedly helped inject some life into that team.
He had a great game. What a great player for a freshman this kid is. And I wish we had that a close-up copy like we do on the coaching copy of that play.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about an athletic play, buddy.
Yeah.
And he did not hit the ground.
No, he didn't.
He did a cartwheel and did that. And here's the big play. Bud fumbles the ball going in. God bless him. I mean, he's not done that much all year long. He just had a bad play there. And we lose that drive and hold them, get it right back, go back down and score again. Now we've gotten ourselves, that's Neil Ganaway, a freshman from Vestavia, gets us back to 10 points, hold them again, drive back down the field. I knew we had to score twice to win the game. It was 3rd down and 7, 4th and 7. I said, we got to get 2 scores, kick the field goal. Thank goodness we made one.
And the onside kick was beautiful.
Oh, what a kick.
I mean, that's exactly how you do it.
Our kicker did a great job right there, and then Jamil Cook recovers the ball. We make 2 first downs and go down, and then we have a holding call and a legal procedure that makes it 1st and 25. Just too much to make up. We throw one up and don't do anything with it and lose the game by 1 touchdown.
Yeah, 38-31, your final score. Of course, You know Rick Christoval, the head coach at Austin Peay. You guys are longtime friends, and to be honest, Coach, that first half you dug yourself too big of a hole, and Austin Peay really probably outplayed Tennessee Tech.
I told him after the game, you deserved to win the game. You outplayed us. You made more plays than we did. He said, my gosh, you put us in the tank with that comeback. And I said, yeah, but it's put the whole game together. It was such a bad first half by us, and really a very good first half by them. They had one fumble, and everything else was fantastic.
Yeah.
Give them credit. They beat us. That isn't the team that, if that had been the team we had at the start of the year, I'm not sure we'd have been playing for what we were playing for. But no excuses, not focused when we started the game. Very proud of the comeback. Still not good enough to win the game. Austin Peay beat us.
Well, all the teams in the league wrapped up the 2012 season except Eastern Illinois, who advances on to the playoffs. Let's take a look at the OVC scoreboard brought to you by OVC Digital Network. And we take a look at the scoreboard there. Central Arkansas, a winner over Eastern Illinois, Coach. That could very well, we thought that might have been a playoff, a preview to a playoff game. Elsewhere around the league, Murray State defeats Southeast Missouri 42-35. It was Florida, of course, down in the swamp, blanking Jacksonville State 23-0, not as bad as it could be. And in other games, it was UT Martin wrapping up winning season by defeating Tennessee State, and they're tying for the York Trophy, UT Martin.
Yes, TSU gets to keep the trophy. If we had UT Martin beaten TSU and we beat Austin Peay, that's what really hurts. That would have been the third time we've tied for the state championship, and by us losing, it knocked us out of it. And TSU and UT Martin both tied now for the championship, and TSU gets to keep the York Trophy.
And taking a look at the final standings, you see 5 teams there in the OVC with winning records. Eastern Illinois, of course, wins the OVC championship, and they will be playing South Dakota State in the playoffs this week. Eastern Kentucky and UT Martin finished second. Jacksonville State third, Tennessee State fourth, and all those teams with winning records.
Yes, I think there were 2 of us with winning records last year in the league. It shows you how much better this league is this year over last, and of course we finish with 1-7, and we were 1-7, but we didn't play 1-7.
No.
We played better football than that, but by golly, that's the way it ends up, and we got to deal with it and get through this year now and get on to the next.
Well, by far one of the best 3-8 teams in the country. Stick around. We have more Tennessee Tech with head coach Watson Brown coming up right after this. Welcome back to the Watson Brown Show, presented by IWC Cash and Carry. Well, it's time now for our Golden Eagle Player Profile, brought to you by TTU Athletics Association. This week, we visit with record-breaking quarterback Trey Lamb.
My name is Trey Lamb. I play quarterback. My father got me started playing football. It's been in my family for a long time. My granddad, has motivated me to play from a young age, my uncles, but mostly from my dad, my direct family. I didn't start till I was probably 12 years old. That's when I started playing football. And my dad didn't want me to get burnt out at a young age, as most kids start when they're around 8 or 9, but he wanted me to wait till I was older to understand what was going on. And I think that really benefited me here in the last couple of years. What motivates me to play is, I've always played this game for fun, People think of it as a job too much, I think, sometimes, and you're always that little kid at heart that just wants to go out there and play the game in the backyard, and that's the way I like to play football. I like to act like I'm in the backyard, acting like Roger Staubach, Brett Favre, and all those guys, and it's just fun for me. I enjoy it, and I always have, and they're just the competition that you go through on a Saturday or a Thursday night is just, you can't get that feeling anywhere else because you're doing it for so many people. My dad and my granddad have both been my biggest influence in football because they taught me how to play the right way. They taught me a lot of things about life, not just the game, but both of them have helped me along the way in every situation. When times are good and bad, Tech means everything to me. I feel like I've been here for 10 years. I've been here for 5, and I've changed so much since I've been here. I became a man here, and from the day I walked in the door to the way I am now, so many people have touched me and influenced me that I wouldn't trade it for anything else. I'm so glad I went to school here, and I made the right decision for sure. I've improved on dealing with adversity. Last year I got down a couple times on myself when things didn't go well. Maybe we lost a game, I lost my cool maybe, This year I've tried to stay level-headed the whole time. You know, even when I make a big play, I try not to celebrate, or if we're doing good, I try not to get too high and I try not to get too low, and I feel like that's what I've improved on most this season. Coach Watson Brown's my position coach, and I mean, you can't say enough about him. He does a great job coaching quarterbacks. He's an offensive guru. He always has been. He knows so much about the game. And if he could just teach me 10% of what he knows, I'd take it for the rest of my life and probably be able to coach anywhere I wanted just because of his knowledge. I'll miss my friends most. Leaving this game with a coach yelling at you or your friends being there for you. That's what I'll miss most, is those times when you're doing good and everybody's with you, and then times when you're not doing so good, everybody's not with you. But I mean, my friends is just what I'll miss. I want to pursue a coaching career at the college level. That's what my family's done for years. That's what I know most about. I got a lot of places I could go, and I feel like my foot's in the door already. And I need to take advantage of that, and I want to do it because I want to help young people and I want to win games. I don't think I can get that competition anywhere else than coaching football. I'm Trey Lamb.
And Coach, what a remarkable young man. He's been an ambassador to our program, and the good thing is Gold Eagle fans will still get to see him next year.
Oh, think of all he's done for this program. Brought us to the first championship in 36 years, broken nearly every record. If he don't get hurt in the last 4 games, he would break every single Tech record there is. And everything he does is just first class. Yeah. And yet he's still going to stay with us and coach the quarterbacks for me, and be a graduate assistant on our team. And I think he will help us get to another OVC championship, and he'll be a part of it when we win the second one.
Yeah, that'll be great. Well, it's time now to go inside Golden Eagle football, brought to you by Mid-State Sports Medicine. This week we take a look at how games are scheduled at TTU.
Well, the Ohio Valley Conference schedule is set and voted on by the OVC Board of Directors of Athletics. And first thing we have to do is make sure we get the league schedule set, and then we start working on our non-conference games. And Coach Brown and I talk, and we have a philosophy on how we schedule. And we always are looking for a FBS game, first and foremost, to help fund the football program and Tennessee Tech athletics in general. And we always look for who is the best opponent that we can get, who's going to pay us the greatest amount of money, and really garner exposure for Tennessee Tech and for our football program. And we've had a philosophy of trying to play everybody in what we call the major FBS leagues, like the SEC and the ACC and the Pac-12 and the Big Ten and the Big 12. And we've played every league we've played now except for the ACC, and we'd like to play an ACC opponent here in the future at some point in time. And then as we look at other games in terms of our FCS opponents or non-Division I, we look at what do we need? What's our program like? Do we need a win? Where do we want that to place? What's going to prepare us for Ohio Valley Conference play and having the best football team we can be in the OVC? Because we know the key for us is winning Ohio Valley Conference championships. That's where if we win the OVC championships, we get the automatic qualifier for the NCAA playoffs, just like we did during the 2011 season. It's really easy to schedule a road game. It's very difficult to schedule a home game. Everybody is looking for home games because they know that helps them build their season ticket base. It helps them, stay at home and put their student athletes in front of their home crowd, which is so important. So everybody's looking for home games. So really it comes down to having relationships with other athletic directors throughout the country, negotiating that you come to our place first, then we'll return a game to you. Some of the schools in the FCS, they are buying games against opponents like Tennessee Tech. We're not there financially to be able to do that. So we just really leverage our relationships and try to build the schedule as the best that we can. And we were fortunate in this year in 2012 that we had Hampton that was willing to come start a series here, and we'll return that game to Hampton during the 2013 season. Next year we play at Wisconsin. We've got a game in the future against the University of Tennessee in 2016. And we're looking for an FBS opponent in 2014, 2015, and we kind of wait and see what's going to fit with us and a school that we want to play in. Do they meet our financial requirements?
And Coach, we've had a chance to travel, to a lot of FBS schools, and we've seen a lot of great programs. And next year going to Wisconsin, that's one game that I know that is already on the schedule. So, I'm sure scheduling is kind of a double-edged sword where you have to take those games with FBS, you've got to get the money, and at the same time you got to try and balance that out with some other opponents.
Well, the money has built our program.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark has been gracious enough to help us with the money that we get from those games, to put it in different things. A lot of it has gone toward facility, equipment, us wearing 2 sets of uniforms or whatever, and to be able to say, how do y'all afford something like that? Well, that's how you do it.
Right.
And yes, you go get your clock clean sometimes, and you do hurt some players sometimes, but we really have not lost a lot of players in those games other than Oregon this year. And Mark and I have worked really well. I appreciate Mark and that we work so well together in talking about it. Who do we want to play? When do we want to play them?
Yeah.
So it's been a good relationship, and I think we've got a lot of the same philosophies on how to go about this.
Yeah, looking forward to that trip to Wisconsin next season. Well, it's time now to check out T2 Athletics in the Community, brought to you by Pepsi. This week we take a peek at the SAAC program.
What is SAC? SAC is the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and it's pretty much just student athletes being the go-between between administrators and all the rest of the student athletes. Our big thing is that our voice is heard, and so we do things like community service events, we raise awareness for certain things, and then we're just pretty much the voice for all the student athletes on campus. Samaritan's Feet is an organization that raises 10 million shoes for 10 million kids in 10 years, and they're actually on their 9th year. And so we thought it would be neat to have an event on campus for Samaritan's Feet. We had a barefoot race. It was a blackout night for our football game, and so we decided that it would be fun to have a barefoot race across the field. So at halftime, we accepted our sportsmanship award, and the SAC members they took off their shoes and socks and had a barefoot race across the field, and then went up into the stands and we took up bucket donations. We ended up raising over $800, which is awesome because that $800 is going for a great cause, and it just shows that our fans and our supporters, that they really support our athletics, and they really support SAC, and they support everything about Tennessee Tech. And if we're trying to raise awareness about it and they care about that, means that they care about it and they gave the money. So it's very important, and it means a lot that they did that.
Kind of neat to have an SAAC program here at Tennessee Tech, and when you see student athletes doing the things that they're doing, it's got to make you proud.
It's a good program here. I think our student athletes do a great job here and take it really serious. Kelly does a great job, and Luke Woodison is a big rep for the football program. We have quite a few guys, but Luke does a great job too. So it's an important group of kids because they get to say the things that they think we need to do here or there a little bit better or whatever, and I think it's a good voice for the kids to get some of the things done they want to see done.
Yep. Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll take your Twitter questions, so stay with us. There's more on the Watson Brown Show coming up. Don't go away. Welcome back to the Watson Brown Show. Well, all season long, if you've had a question, you've been able to tweet it to Coach Brown at the TTU Golden Eagles. Coach, just a couple of quick questions here.
I'm going to miss those tweets.
Yeah.
I'll miss that.
You're going to have to set you up a Twitter account.
Good luck on that.
One question real quick. Are any of the injured guys going to be able to claim a redshirt status and come back next year?
A lot of them. We've got 20 players that we've held out in some form of way with red shirts that aren't playing right now. So that's going to be a big help to our program next year. Also red-shirted still over half of our freshman class. 6 defensive linemen that nobody's seen that are red-shirted.
Wow.
3 defensive backs, 3 offensive linemen that are red-shirted, 2 quarterbacks. So there's still a lot of red-shirted kids. We get the Zach Zieglers of the world back, Marty Jones back. Yes. I'm trying to think of all the injured guys that are coming. I think it's 6 guys that were hurt that ended up getting redshirt years.
Yeah. One other quick question. With only Eastern Illinois in the playoffs, do you think the OVC should have had 1 or 2 more teams in? We saw, I think, 3 teams with 8 wins this season.
Yeah, the league is better, but sometimes the people in the country don't know the league's better. And there were a lot of really good teams this year with really good records, much more so than when we got in a year ago. We were the automatic qualifier a year ago ourselves. I think the league was good enough to get another one, but I can understand why we didn't, because we haven't done very well in the playoffs. And we're going to have to find a way to prove ourselves some way to start to be able to keep getting 2 and 3 teams into the playoffs.
And at the end of every season, of course, we have to say goodbye to our seniors, and we've put together a video, kind of a tribute to the 2012 seniors. Let's take a look.
To all the young Tech players, I want y'all to keep fighting, keep working towards getting another championship and bringing us another conference championship to Tennessee Tech. Thank you for fans for all your support, and all your players keep working hard. Thank you.
It's been the best 4 years of my life.
To all the Tech fans, thank you for all your support and everything you've done over the last 4 years. I really appreciate it. These past 4 years went by really fast. I think I had a successful career. And I want to tell the fans and all the upcoming players and seniors, don't take anything for granted because time flies by. Go Tech!
Being a Tech football player means a lot to all of us seniors. We loved our time here. It was a great experience. As Tech fans, we need to keep this going, keep the momentum that we've built over the last 5 years, and keep it going for the future for these young guys. And to all the young guys, you know, in the program, we're really trying to keep them up going and keep their grades up and doing the right things on and off the field, and keep improving as a community and as a football team.
To the rest of the guys on the team, cherish the rest of your years here. It goes by fast, and enjoy them.
This young side, I just want to tell everybody next year, man, sorry about the outcome this year, but I know y'all can do your thing next year and turn the season around, man. I hope y'all have a good year.
I want to thank the fans and stuff for coming out, supporting us, and just go Tech.
Just want to thank all the fans for coming out here each Thursday and Saturday supporting us. I also want to thank Coach Brown, you know, for the chance to be able to play here. Go Eagles.
I'd just like to thank all the fans, everyone that supported us financially, and all the guys, all the people that came out to the games. It means a lot. I hope you continue to come out. Thanks.
I'd like to thank the coaches, the former players, and the new players for giving me such a good experience here at Tech for the past 4 years. I just want to thank everybody on the team, all my senior brothers. I can't tell y'all how much y'all meant to me these last 4 years. I've had a lot of tough times, and I know I wouldn't have made it through it without y'all, so thank y'all.
I want to thank all the fans for all the support in this community, for everything they've done for Tennessee Tech, for helping us grow the past 4 years, and just want to say thank you.
I just want to leave a message for the kids. You know, I just want to tell them, stay focused and stuff while you're here because it do go by fast. I'm a senior, and I just walked in the door, it felt like yesterday, as a freshman, and that is my last practice. So take it, stuff serious, and that's all.
Coach, it's always tough to say goodbye.
Boy, 2 state championships, an OVC championship, and the first time ever in the national playoffs. I think it's a pretty good senior class.
Yeah, I think it is. Coach, appreciate you coming in week after week after heartbreaking loss after heartbreaking loss. I know it's been a tough season for you, but certainly appreciate the job that you've done and making my job easier coming in here and talking about these games. And it's been a good season. I know the record doesn't show it, but there's a lot of positives.
It's been a fun season. It's great to work with you. You make this so easy. You know us so well, and you take a lot of pride in Tech football. And appreciate you. And let's just do it again, and maybe we'll get to enjoy next year a little bit better.
Yeah, let's go play some golf. Yeah. Well, that's going to do it for the Watson Brown Show. Thanks for tuning in each week, and we want to thank our production crew and our camera folks who have done a tremendous job. For head coach Watson Brown, I'm Buddy Pearson. We'll see you next season on the Watson Brown Show.
The Watson Brown Show has been brought to you by IWC Cash and Carry, Miller Lite, Mid-State Sports Medicine, and Pepsi.